Hello and welcome to another video presentation from the Out There Paranormal group. My name is Nigel Higgins, I'm the lead investigator of the group, and I'm here to tell you about a mysterious incident that was reported to us via our Facebook group. Road ghosts. Mysterious figures that appear at the side of the road or jump out to startle drivers. It's not often that we get to hear about these locally, and especially recent events. Well, we had one reported to us by a member of our Facebook group. It happened only a few miles away from here. So, being a paranormal investigator, I thought I'd best get out and have a look at the site. So, here we are. Please enjoy the Winterton Road mysterious figure.
I was asleep and she woke me up. She was quite shaken. She said she had seen a man walking towards her, very pale and dressed in a suit. She looked, because thought it was odd at that time of the morning, and when she checked her mirror, he'd gone. She went to tell Amy, who said, "I've seen him before exactly the same time about a year ago, but walking towards Winterton. I checked, the same as you, but there was no one there." Was driving home after work at about 3 in the morning. Was a clear night, but didn't see him in the distance. 1 minute he wasn't there, and the next he was, and I drove past and instantly thought, oh my God, I think that was a ghost. Didn't look like a ghost, wasn't faded or blurry, was like an actual person, but wasn't a person at the same time. Was walking towards Winterton, just over halfway, but the other side of the road from me. Was wearing a suit, but because he was walking away from me, I obviously didn't see his face, and I didn't look back in my mirror because I was freaked out. Wasn't walking like he was drunk or anything, but was very slow and oblivious. Was down a country road, so no pavement, so was walking in the road, but right close to the side.
So there you have it. Yes, it was a bit dramatic, I admit, but an anomalous figure, seen by 2 eyewitnesses, the same place, same time, early hours of the morning, and possibly even the same date, even though they were a year apart. What do I do next? Well, the best thing I can do really is to go down and have a look at the place where the figure was sighted itself. So, come and join me as we take a drive along the Winterton Road. Now here we are, we're now just heading out of the village of Hemsby on the Hemsby to Winterton Road. And as you can see, it's just a normal Norfolk country road. Signposts at the side of the road, bushes and trees, all the sort of things you would expect to see on a country road. We're now approaching the location where the actual figure sighting took place. There's a couple of objects here at the side of the road, signposts. We go past the location, round a couple of twisty bends, and on towards the village of Winterton. And that's the end of our journey. Now we'll drive it at night, and as you can see, the road takes on a whole different aspect in the dark. We have vehicles coming towards you, signposts at the side of the road caught by the lights. Now my headlights here are actually on main beam, so I can light up as much of the road as I possibly can. The lights are still catching signs at the side of the road off in the distance. And here's the location itself again. As you can see, that sign lights up quite brightly under the glare of my headlights. Could this have been a contributing factor to the sighting itself? Here it is, It's where the sighting took place. And I'll go past again around the bends. And once again, that's the end of the trip. And here we go. Winterton Village. Okay, you've heard the 2 eyewitness reports. We've been out and looked at the location where the sighting took place. So what do we do next? Well, we need to have a good look at what we have and apply a little critical thinking to it. Occam's razor. The best way to find a solution to this is to apply it. Occam's razor says the simplest explanation is often the right one. The simplest explanation in this case is it's simply a man. Just a normal, everyday man walking at the side of the road. Okay, it's the early hours of the morning, but people go about in the early hours of the morning. He's just a man in a suit, walking along the road. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a bit startling when you come across him in the early hours of the morning and you're not expecting him. The only evidence we have is purely anecdotal. It's the 2 eyewitness accounts that we showed you at the start of the video. So let's quickly recap what they said. The 2 reports take place a year apart, but they're essentially the same. The eyewitnesses say they saw a man in a suit walking at the side of the road. Early hours of the morning, around 3 AM. Possibly the same date. We couldn't nail this down exactly, but they did seem to think it was the same date, around the 15th of October. The only difference being that in one account the figure is walking towards the person driving, and in the other account the person is walking away. They both say that the figure just disappears, appears out of nowhere, then just disappears. One of them looks back to see where he's gone. The other one is too scared to look in the mirror because it frightens the life out of her when she sees the figure there. Of course, Occam still applies. It could just be a coincidence. It could still be a man just walking at the side of the road. So let's take something else into account. The 2 eyewitnesses drive this route on a regular basis, often in the early hours of the morning as they go to and from work. They've never seen the figure before. If it was a regular occurrence and he was going to and from work, you would expect to see him on more than one occasion. But he's been sighted twice. Twice in the space of a year. So, coincidence? I don't know. You can't say coincidence. It may just be that one occasion when they saw him. Other times he's not been noticed. I don't know. There's a lot of assumption going on here, and assumptions are dangerous. I can nail whatever I want onto the story to make myself believe it, but that's not the way to go about this. There's things that make me scratch my head and go, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. Only 2 sightings over the course of a year. The same place, the same time. The same man wearing a suit. Possibly the girls didn't see his face, but who knows? I don't know. If you want to say it's paranormal, I suppose the most obvious explanation is that it's a residual haunting. Residual hauntings are like a videotape of a past event that's played over and over and over again, triggered sometimes by maybe the eyewitnesses going past. I don't know why they're triggered, we don't know what triggers them, but you get to see like that glimpse, that small glimpse into that person's life. It could well be that that was his route home, his route round to his girlfriend's, his route to visit his parents, and we just catch an image of him returning home or going to where he was going to. The other thing you can say is that perhaps he's a victim of a road accident. He's knocked down and killed on that stretch of road, and that, what you're seeing, is the last thing he remembers before he passes over. Well, so far my research has turned up no road accidents at that spot, although it's quite hard to nail these things down and I will have to do a lot more research to see what I can find. But at the moment, it's a mystery. We all love a good mystery. I'm not going to say it's paranormal because there's too much to say it's not. So I'm just going to leave it to you to decide. What do you think? Was it just a man? Or was it something else? Thank you. Good night.